Hi, this is Z, and I'm back again with another video. Today, I wanted to briefly talk about how sometimes our thoughts are not our own, just like our dreams are not purely our own sometimes. Um, a lot of times, you could be under influence of another person or an entity which can infiltrate your thoughts or infiltrate your dreams. And I realized this as I got older. Um, when I was younger, I've been going through spiritual warfare for a long time, I'll say that much. And when I was younger, I did not realize that my thoughts could be infiltrated. So sometimes I would begin to think that things that I had previously thought were wrong or that I shouldn't engage in. I realized that there were some things I began to think of as being okay, when I previously didn't. So, for example, when I was in my early 20s, um, I was thinking that, oh, it was wrong to cheat on someone. And then all of a sudden, I began to think, well, if that person is mistreating you, then it's okay. Or if that person is cheating on you, then it's okay. When I didn't think that that was okay before. And I started to after a while I started to wonder why I had changed my thoughts. um I did not really act on the thoughts. I just sort of changed my thoughts or my beliefs about cheating on someone. And there were other examples of other things that I did not realize that I was being actually being influenced to think. I was being influenced to change my thoughts, influenced to change my beliefs. But it wasn't until certain things started showing up in my dreams, and then my feelings about it would change, that I realized there was something else going on. So, for example, I started to dream about these women trying to engage in activities with me. And I would wake up and say, why am I dreaming something like this? This has never been a desire of mine. Why am I, dreaming this? And then I started to feel my thoughts saying, well, maybe that is okay. Maybe that's something that's okay. And then I was like, no. No, nothing against people that, have same sex relationships, but it just was never for me. And so I would dismiss it. And then I realized again later on, maybe a couple years later, this was something that was popping up in my mind, in my dream state, first of all, and then in my mind again, like someone was really trying to press me to um, want to be in a relationship with someone of the same sex. And it was then that I realized this was coming from something outside of me. Someone was influencing my thoughts. Someone or excuse me, some entity was influencing my thoughts, and it was not actually coming from me. So over time I would pay attention, and the reason why that was something that I knew definitely 100% that was not of me is because that was something that I never gave thought to. I never had desire to engage in. I never felt attracted to other women. Now I would say, oh, that person is she's pretty, or she looks beautiful, something like that. But that's as far as it went. It never was an attraction to another woman. So that's when I knew something else was going on, either like a demonic influence or some type of spell work, or someone trying to influence me when I was asleep. into doing something that would carry on the desire. They wanted the desire to carry on into my waking life for me to act on it. And because I've never been, like I said, I've never been, that is something I'm very strongly do not desire women. It's very strong in me. I do not desire women in that way. Um, it was something that I would have never even acted on. It just was something that that really stuck out to me, because it was almost like, where's this coming from? Because this is, I definitely know that this is not me. So when you are authentic and you stand in your authentic self and in your power, um, people cannot really influence you to do things that you know that you do not want to engage in, or you do not have the desire to engage in, or that you know that will affect you in a negative way. So when the most important thing is to always be authentic and be yourself. Never be afraid to say no to something that you know that you don't want or you desire. A lot of people get caught up in things that they don't even really desire, simply because they want to people please or they want to fit in with other people. Those people are very easily influenced by demonic energy, satanic energy, or just, some type of spell work, or, the thoughts or the desires someone else is trying to influence you into, desiring. It's easy for them to get caught up in things like that, or, anything. It's easy to get them to cheat, and even cheat on a spouse. It's easy to get them to engage in same sex when before they were only with, the opposite sex. It's easy for those people to get engaged in drugs and drinking, because they're easily wavered. They're not strong. They're not authentic. They do things based off of what others want them to do, rather than their own principles and their own values. So the only reason I did not engage in a lot of things that people try to influence me into is because I was an authentic person. I've never been afraid to say no, I don't drink alcohol. No, I don't smoke. No, I don't do drugs. No, I don't engage in same sex relationships. I never had a problem saying no. Not to those things. Maybe if someone was wanting me to do a favor for them, like um watch their kids or something like that, then it might have been easy for me um to give in to somebody that needed my help in that way. But outside, when it comes to compromising my values and things like that, it was a lot more difficult to get me to engage in things that I was strongly against, because I was an authentic person. I don't have a problem saying no. And as I got older, I really don't have a problem saying no. And now I am actually stronger and more firm, and it's more easy for me to tell people no when it's simple things. When before, it's not that I don't help people, but if I know that people have taken advantage of me in the past, it's a lot easier for me to tell people no, or if I have helped someone and they've shown me that they didn't appreciate my help, it's a lot easier for me to say no when they come back again for help. So it's important to stand in your authenticity, stand in your power, and don't allow people to take advantage of you, because then when someone is trying to influence you through magic or demonic energy, you will have an easier time saying no. You will not compromise your values. You will not compromise your integrity. A lot of people probably are realizing that if you're under spiritual warfare, that is a lot of what they do. They want you to compromise your integrity and your values. They want you to compromise your morals and things like that, because these people themselves are like that. They want you to turn into what they are. A lot of the people that are attacking you are engaging in same-sex relationships. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, if that's, if that's what you engage in, that's what you engage in. But these are people that are hiding that. They're not authentic. These are people that are engaging in same-sex relationships behind closed doors, and they are not living in their authenticity. These may be men that like cross-dressing or engaging with other men, but out in public, they won't show you that side. So that's the difference. These are people that indulge in drugs and alcohol, and they're thieves, and they do all kind of low vibrational things, but they will hide it. And so these are the people attacking you. They want you to be like them. They want you to be low vibrational. They want you to be on their same uh, vibration, because it's easier for them to attack you in that way. And at the same time, these people need to be very careful, because their vibration is low. They need to be careful who they are playing with, because it's a lot easier for you, those people that are low vibrational, it's a lot easier for them to you know their life to go down and go in a bad direction than it is for you, who are standing firm, you're authentic, and you are not compromising your integrity. So I just wanted to show you that sometimes those thoughts are not your thoughts, and you can redirect your thoughts. You can redirect it and not feed into it, not indulge in what they are trying to influence you to do. Stand firm. Any feeling that you know is something that you would never do, or you had never thought to do before, but all of a sudden these thoughts are coming into your mind, you're starting to feel some sort of desire for something that you didn't desire before. Redirect your thoughts, pray against that, cleanse, because a lot of that is just that's just energy being sent to you. You do not have to accept that energy. You do not have to accept it. When you don't know about magic and things like that, and you're not authentic, and you're not standing in your truth, then it may be easier for you to be wavered, go against what you normally would not do or would do. But once you start to strengthen yourself, and you can strengthen yourself by raising your vibration through prayer, things like that, it's a lot more difficult. Those thoughts, when those thoughts and those desires come in, release that. It's not yours. You do not have to accept that. You do not have to act on it. If the thought comes in, just be like, that's not mine. Release that. Go out in nature, take a cleansing bath, pray against that, and release that. And so the more you release it and you don't act on it, you don't entertain the energy, the easier it is to reject it, and to reject black magic altogether. Because black magic is only going to really affect you as if you're vibrating at that same level. You're in a low vibration, because the black magic is a low vibration. In order for it to really affect you and influence you, is if you accept it. And usually you're going to accept it is because you're in a low vibration. So raise your vibration, reject that. You don't have to accept that. You do not have to act on it. If it's not yours, you do not want it. You don't have to accept it. Deny it, block it, release it, and let it go back to those who sent it, because that's their energy. That's them. And the thing about it is, even if they're not doing it, whatever Say somebody wants to send you the energy for you to um do drugs and you don't do drugs. You release that, send that back to them. They may not be doing drugs, but if they do it enough to you, eventually they might give in to it because they're on that level. So I just wanted to show you that sometimes thoughts and dreams, just because it seems like it's your desire and you felt it strongly when you dreamed it or it came into your mind strongly, it doesn't mean that it is yours. Release it, let it go, and continue to block that type of energy from coming to you. Block it or release it and stand firm in your authenticity, stand firm in your integrity and your values. And those people, it will become more and more difficult for them to reach you. And it will become more and more difficult for them to affect you in the way that they want to affect you. So I'm going to end this here. I hope this message helps you. And I will be back again with another video soon. Bye.